Innovative content. Global audience.
Tuesday here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. We're reaching you live from our SRO TV studio here, and my name is Princess KESSY. You're welcome to the show this morning. Wake Up Nigeria. I have with me today
Patience Okosa.
How are you, my darling Patience?
I'm
How was your
fine.
night?
It was okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday was fine.
Yes, so today we have a lot of trending issues. My night was awesome also. It was fine. And finally they brought back our lights, but I woke up this morning, I did not see lights.
Oh,
Nigeria, my country.
but you slept at night, lights.
Yes, sure I did. And that was quite relieving.
Yeah.
We have a lot of trending issues today.
I did see
A lot of trending issues today. We know that a lot of especially the PDP camp, the G5 camp, and that's so how the mighty are shaking. How will
They
I
are
put
shaking.
it? I don't know what to say, but it's really a shame that we could see leaders, people that are some of the youth. This is my question. These are the people you look up to now. Look at the way they are behaving.
Yeah. It's
Isn't
quite
this a shame? And then I have another story that is quite interesting today. We just might be discussing on today. That is the planned protest by NFC over this naira scarcity. Now, Emefiele and Ngige are supposed to meet with Labour, and I think that Labour should not back down. That is my opinion. This is personal opinion, viewers.
Even I also think so.
They shouldn't. They have to hold them to hostage, ransom, and then at the end of the day, maybe that might just help them to sit up. Anyways, you're welcome to the show's viewer. Quickly, we go on our newspapers reviews this morning, and I'm going to start this morning with the Nation newspaper. And these are some of the stories making waves this morning. Court order restraining IU deepens PDP's post-poll crisis. National chair dismisses suspension. Wike backs action. These stories on page 5 of the paper. Of course, we have another story here. Ogu to pick Dia's funeral bill, says Abiodun. Makinde thumbs up loot egg. This story is on page 2 of the paper. And then we have another story here that say Ngige meets Emefiele Ajero to prevent NLC strike. If you ask me, they should continue with the strike.
They should continue.
This is the only way they will listen, they will feel the pains of Nigerians.
They
We
will
go
also
quickly.
feel
CBN banks now have cash. This is coming from CBN that the banks, they now have cash. But where are the cash? A lot of people are still complaining. They are grinding. You go out, you don't see cash. So how come they are telling us they have cash?
I think I said this yesterday. There is no cash. It's just with mouth people saying there's cash.
And then we have another story here also that says supplementary polls hold in April 15 in Oyo, Imo, Edo, others. We also have a story here that says no mandate was stolen. Group tells Atiku Obi. We have a story here also that says 489 electoral infractions recorded, 781 arrested during poll, says police. This is coming from the police this morning. So we have a story here that say colloquium puts off for prayers to mark Tinubu's birthday. That story is on page 5. And we'll have another story here also that says 77% Nigerian women risk skin cancer for using tuning cream. Wow, that story is on page 25 of the paper. I think this is something I want to talk on later, but that's all we have this morning on the Nation newspaper. And I really think a lot of people should embrace who they are. I once did that report on bleaching to skin toning, and it's not a good one. A lot of people, you buy so many chemicals just to be like,
I feel it's people who feel
inferior.
little. Yeah, they feel little of themselves, because when you go straight to your mirror and look at yourself, be like, I don't like my skin. I want to be like this person.
Or they are just trying to imitate someone. And we live in the world of social media world, where people admire people, they look up to people, and at some point they just want to be like the person. Yes, I've seen a lot of cases like that, and it's really I just feel like when you imitate someone, you limit yourself on your own
That's the
standard.
point.
So people should learn to embrace who they are.
Be
I'm
confident.
beautiful the way I
Be
am.
bold.
So why am I going to use bleaching skin, bleaching creams and all that to temper with your skin? It's really not a good thing. I think
Not
people involved should actually desist from that because they said 77% risk skin cancer, and it's not a good one.
I'm wondering who they want to impress.
People, who are you impressing if not people? Impress people, of
Well,
course.
at least it has its own side effects, so just be yourself.
And then that brings me to the story of that happened 2 weeks ago, where we saw a 20-year-old girl that died in Lagos over liposurgery. So, liposuction, how do you call it, liposuction or surgery, body works and all that. At the end of the day, these are some of the issues we have when someone don't love who they are, who they are, and they just wake up one morning. I want to be like this. I want to transform myself to be somebody else. It's really not a good thing. Yes, that's all we have this morning on the nation's newspaper.
And so from the Daily Trust newspaper this morning, we have the major news here is Q persists as Nigeria hot naira notes. POS operators mop up cash at ATMs. Charges drop to 100 naira per 1,000 naira. Others will have their fingers burnt, says CBN. Emefiele urges NLC to shelves protests. And then hunger, rights abuse increasing in Nigeria, orders Amnesty International. Spain tops export destination of Nigeria products in Q4 2022. Meningitis kills 52 Nigerians in 21 states. I think we need a doctor in this country.
But no, this meningitis, I don't know what that means, but I'm thinking it's that sickness that brings, it's caused by heat, something like that. I don't know, I need
Yeah.
to ask the doctor. But I remember then, so many years ago in this Abuja, I was also giving there are times they bring vaccines for people. I don't know whether they still do it, but I know then you go to junctions like there at Yanya, you see there will be the doctors will be at every strategic junction giving people
Giving people
injection
injection.
as regarding to the, especially when the sun is too much. There's something that affect people during the heat.
Heat.
So I think
Well,
that's
I think they should resume back if they haven't started because this
probably
heat
they've been
is
doing it.
choking.
It is the heat is too much, and it's something that I really do hope that they will do more. The doctors,
I
federal
hope
government will
so.
do more
I
to
hope
give more
so.
vaccines on that.
So Adamawa governorship fleetry kicks as Binani demands results review. Gunmen kill three NSCDC officers in Imo State. Man remanded for selling father to ritualists for 1.8 million naira. Okay, I read the story this morning. I was like, 1.8 million naira. You have to sell your
That
dad.
is what people do when they are desperate. When you're desperate, you sell anything as low as 100,000, as low as 50, as
But
low as
certainly
20.
not my dad.
They have gone past that. The level of frustration that is, it's beyond. These people don't, they look, they don't reason the way you reason. The youths now, they just want to have it, grab it by force, whatever it is. And it boils down to the fake life we talk about. They try to impress people. My friends are having this, I don't have. And if I say let me go and work, do a normal menial job or
It
normal
feels
labor,
like
it's
it's
going
not
to take
paying.
time for me to get there. So they just want it very quick, and that is it's
It's so pathetic. 1.8. How long? Where will 1.8 million naira take you to before it finishes? Well, I'll urge you all
sad
to
one.
work to pay. PDP crisis. Courts restrain Ayu from parading self as national chairman. It's exercise in futility, says the chairman. The battle has just started, said Wiki. I think I've been waiting for Wiki to say something other. So and when I read it this morning, I was like, okay, the man has spoken.
I really think Wike is the everybody has been waiting for what Wike will say, what Wike will do as well, and it's really a shame. Like I said, the PDP, like, I just think it boils down to one thing. It's they don't care about Nigerians.
They're just self-centered
It's about them.
themselves.
This
Yeah.
is what they are portraying to us now. It's not about the people, it's about the cabals and PDP. These people. Of course they have cliques. It's about the cliques.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really a shame.
Well,
Anyway, we move on quickly with Punch newspaper, and these are some of the stories making waves this morning. IU must go. G5 governors. Atiku campaign clash. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper, and then we'll have the rider that says Benue court affirms IU suspension. Adjourns case to April 17. It is morally offensive for IU to remain chairman after electoral defeats. G5 camp. Only neck can remove me. IU. Wike others selfish, says Atiku PCC. And then we have these stories all can be seen in page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We have another stories here that says reps invite ministers, firms over $2.4 billion oil save on page 22 of the paper. We also have a story here that says don't travel to states of origin for census, says NPC. That is a very good one. And then we have another story here that says Nigerian can defeat terrorism like UK. Boris Johnson says that story is on page 16 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story here that says Ngege Emefiele meets NLC over planned strike. Banks queue persists. That story is on page 20 and 21 of the paper. We have another story here that says Abacha died on eve of that planned execution. Dear sons. We have another story here also. Lagos tenant stab friend to death during argument. Sad. Of course, we have another story here also that says Ramada VC Senator elect advise Muslims on kindness, sacrifice. That story, of course, is on page 20 of the paper. Also, I just want to throw more light on this. Don't travel to states of origin for census. I think
that's
it's
a
a
good
good
one.
one. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very good one because I recall what happened during the elections. A lot of people traveled
Traveled home.
in a time when we didn't we're living in cashless
Scarcity.
economy, where scarcity and all that. So that will really relieve a lot of stress. You don't
Yeah.
have to travel to be counted. You can stay in your stay where you are, where you're working, where you're residing. And of course, we know the insecurity issues also here and there. And of course, even now, flying is another thing. The air rates and all that, flight
Everything
rates,
is just
everything is
at
just
high rates.
skyrocketing. And then I think it's a very good one to know that the
You just have to
NPC
be where
can,
you are
yes,
to
they
be
can
counted.
actually you be counted anywhere you are, and it's really a nice one.
Yeah.
And then I also have a story here that say Lagos tenant stab friend to death over during argument. I think we should have something in Nigeria. They should that thing should be added to, I don't know, where whether it's a school we're going to create or anything, anger management class. A lot of people have anger issues, and I don't know what kind of argument that will lead
Lead
to the
to
part where you just carry something and
and
stab
stab.
someone without even thinking twice. That is not a good one. And please, we urge you to work on your angers. You can't when you're angry. It's best. I used to tell people most time I mute. I shut down on everyone
And
because I really don't want to say something or do something that will hurt another person too, and I'm already hurting. So that point, what I do is to shut down. And at the end of the day, when you know you feel much better, you come back to everyone to talk. So it's really good that people know how to manage
the
their,
anger.
yes, to
Manage your temper.
manage your angers. You can't just wake up and next day argument, and now somebody, a whole human being is no more. What
No,
do you
now
have to
he's
say?
going to
You
say
have
the
to live
devil
with that
is
for
at work.
you have to live with that for the rest of your
The
life.
person, of course, now he would definitely have to face jail sentence.
And then this story again that says again Emefiele meets NSC over plans protest, and they continue to say banks queues persist. So why are they meeting labor not to protest when we're still having the
The
same
same
crisis, the
issue.
same issue? Not like the issue has been
Like
resolved. So why are they calling on NSC? Why are they trying
the
to
same the
pacify
same question I
NSC?
asked myself when I read it. It's not like they've settled the issue on ground. People are still queuing, people are still looking for cash, there's still much problem. So why are they meeting LP? It's the same thing I asked
In
myself.
fact, I have somebody also this morning with us that we a labor correspondent, senior correspondent at that,
Okay.
that's been working with them for some time. That also we talk on that very issue uh, after some of the reviews.
Okay. So with me this morning I have the Nigeria Tribune, and the major news here is court stops Ayu as PDP chairman. My suspension by ward executive exercise in futility, says Ayu. Fight has just started, Wike tells Ayu, and you'll find the story on the page 15 of the
Yeah,
newspaper.
just before that, or just before we go, I think we'll have a caller here. Moses John is on the call. He's a labor correspondent and he's going to talk on some of these issues. How are you doing this morning, Moses? Good morning. Hello. We lost him there. So go ahead.
So I was what stops Ayu as PDP chairman, I said earlier, and you'll find that on the page 15 of the newspaper. We also have there will be given state burial. Ogun governor pays condolence visit to family. Court blocks Oyo governor account in four banks over 3.4 billion naira owned sack local government bosses. Cash swap policy disrupted our payment plan, says the governor.
Story. Are you people the story? Everybody now wants to hold on to that.
I also said same. Anyway, that's what he said. He
And
said what he
so we
said.
believe
So
him.
we just have to. We just have to. And then Iwayawu denies calling Yoruba rascals. Well, I read this morning. I was like, okay, since he's not only up to his word, I think they should just allow the man to. Because I used to hear something that if someone denies saying something, even if he said that thing,
That
because
means
he had denied it, he said he didn't say, that means there's an atom of fear or repentance
in him.
in him. So he has actually denied saying that he never called the Yoruba rascals. So I think they should just allow the man.
Okay, let's even assume he called them political rascals. Are you going to hold on to every Igbo person living in the state over somebody's statements?
Statements.
It's not done. They should let it go already. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, actually. General election. Police arrest 781 suspects, recover 132 assaulted weapons nationwide. IGP. You find that on the page 27 of the paper. Afe donates £10 million for young Africans in London's King's College. That's nice. Federal government to engage over 885,000 personnel for census, says exercise to last for 5 days. Okay, so the census we're expecting will take 5 days.
5 days. Of course, it's not something you'll be able to do in 1 or 2 days.
Yeah. So INEC to conduct supplementary elections in Adamawa, KB, others April 15. And that's the major news. Those are the news on Tribune newspaper this morning. I don't understand this Adamawa KB election
In
supplementary
all they
election.
do, I just really hope we see a woman be a governor for once in Nigeria. That would be
She said
relieving. That
we'll
would
see
be
a woman.
nice. So I really don't hope that sincerely the votes of the people will
Will
count
count.
also whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yes. And then we have this story here also that says general election, police arrest 781
Mm-hmm.
suspects, recover
Recover
assorted
130.
weapons. I just really do hope that they are not just being arrested, but you arrest not just arresting people, innocent
People.
people as well,
Yeah.
but the ones that are culpable and then they face the law also squarely. That is what we are
We
appealing.
hope so.
And then like I said, this week already said, oh, you don't have to travel, stay where you are, you will be counted.
Counted.
That is a very nice one. Go on quickly now to the leadership newspaper, and these are some of the headlines we have here this morning. Adamawa KB governorship candidate knows fate on April 15th. That story is on page 4 of Leadership newspaper. PDP crisis deepens, confusion, trials IU suspension, trace IU suspension on page 4 of the paper. And then the writer says court bars national chairman, world executives disown suspension later. I will get injunction to vacate court order, IU vows. The war has just begun, says Wike. These stories are all in page 4 of the leadership newspaper. We have another story here that says pro Tinubu groups protest interim government plots on page 12 of the paper. We also have a story here that says 2023 polls. Police arrest 781 suspects, recorded 489 infractions on page 8 of the paper. Naira's KESSY to persist as bank continue disbursements. That story is on page 7 of the paper. We also have another story here so that says gunmen kill three civil defense officers in Imo. That story is on page 17, a sad one. Global economy to fall to 30 years low. This is coming from the World Bank, and that story is on page 21 of the paper. Media compliance commission for inauguration in April. That story, of course, is on page 6 of the paper. These are some of the stories making waves this morning on the leadership and newspaper. And I really do hope that the security agencies will beef up security, especially in some quarters of the country. This government killed three civil defense officer in Imo is really a sad one. That you're trying to serve your country and then at the end of the day you die on the process is a sad one. And I think the security agencies need to do more. They need to beef up as well.
I saw this morning from the New Telegraph, the major news here is presidential election, crisis looms in Lagos PDP, over 200 million naira pool funds.
So much money. Look at what.
200
And that is why
million
they are
naira.
fighting. That is why they are disgracing themselves. So much money
So
is
much
involved.
money. Well, you won't blame them. Everybody's fighting for themselves. I hope that one day we'll get a leader that will not really think about
No,
himself.
I beg to
also think
disagree,
about
patient. You can't tell me not to blame them. I blame them and hold them responsible. PDP has done so much damage to this country, and what are you saying? I hold them responsible.
their house is
So
divided
I know
now.
that there are good ones. We're not saying they are all bad totally, but if we could be seeing this from the major PDP, what's it called, the leaders in PDP, then it's a shame.
It's really a shame. It's actually a shame. And we have supplementary pools at Damawa KB Guban, 94 others hold April 15, says INEC. IGP 781 suspected electoral offenders arrested during general poll. You see that on the page 3. Lagos reaffirm ban on Okada in 10 local government areas, 15 LCDAs. Well, when I read this news this morning, and I'm like, okay,
Is
it's
that
fine.
even possible in Lagos? Let's start from there.
If they're
Is
banning
that
Okada,
possible?
I hope they are providing jobs for these people to do.
Let's even leave the job as well. Is that even possible? We already know that Lagos is a state where um you cannot, sometimes the traffic there is just terrible. And naturally I don't like Lagos for any reason. I don't like Lagos because it's always a stressful place for me to be in. uh, I don't like going to that place. Sometimes you will be stuck in traffic for over 5 hours, 6 hours.
I,
You
ha-
start
I have a
moving.
friend there that says she wakes up 3 a.m. in the morning to start moving
Anyway,
her
hold that
house.
thought. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us.
SRTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial product and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the crown.
Come back. If you just join us, this is Wake Up Nigeria, and we'll be discussing some of the newspapers reviews this morning. And yeah, you were saying something
I
about.
was talking about the Okada, and I feel it is very impossible for them to ban Okadas in Lagos because I feel that's their lifesaver.
That is the word. If you ask me, also is their lifesaver. Because if you've been to Lagos, you want to agree with us this morning that Lagos is not a place where you do. I know there are quarters areas, except you are not living that particular estate, you're just within a particular place. But if you want to move from one place to another place, the traffic in Lagos is terrible.
Yes.
That is not something I want to do. Like me personally, I've gotten job offers in Lagos over and over. I just turned everything down. I that kind of stress is not what I'll be able to cope up with. I go to Lagos, I practically cry like a baby on the street. You're stuck as a human being, you don't move, Okadas will not move, cars will not move, you are just there.
I've been to Lagos twice and it's not somewhere
It's not friendly.
I can cope
Especially
with.
if you've lived in Abuja before, it will be difficult for you to cope in
I
Lagos.
grew up in Abuja.
And
So when
that
I
is
got
why
to Lagos, I was like,
it's
really?
another land entirely. And I also think that the Okada, like you said, we know that they use Okada also to do a lot of crimes,
Yeah.
to carry out a lot of crimes.
Yeah.
But they should, I think
Banning it is
they
not
can be
the best
restrained to
way.
estates inside the
Yes.
estate. That's fine, but total no, the ban is, I don't think it's going to be
It's not the
possible
best
anyway.
way.
We move
It's
on
not.
quickly.
So Senate presidency, I can sacrifice my ambition, says Musa. Well, you can sacrifice your ambition.
I don't trust any politicians. They stay
Really?
working with their mouth and they
And then
And
court
you do another
restrains IU from parading itself as PDP national chairman. I think this news is almost in all of the newspapers.
that's the major headline for today.
Really, okay. The fight has just started, says Wiki. We said that earlier. You're ignorant, illiterate. IU tells what schools. This might have my.
This is serious.
Commercial private airlines compete for dwelling pool of pilots. Oladipo Dayo to get state burial, says Abiodun. You find that on the 26th of the newspaper, page 26. Government kills 3 NSCDC operatives, 2 civilians in Imo shoots out. They are so rest in peace. Tribunals grant NNPP, LP, APC permission to inspect pool materials.
And that is on the heat of Ogun Delta and Plateau
Uban.
pools.
Yeah.
Okay, we move quickly now to some of the papers we also have here this morning. We just before we go to the other paper, I'm really thinking that PDP should put its house in
In
order.
order.
This is uh, this is something that a lot of people, we know that we have, in as much as we know that a lot of people don't want to be part associate themselves. A lot of youths are also in PDP, and this is not something they will want to see or have as a legacy. They should, as a matter of urgency, put their house in order. We move on quickly this morning to the Blueprints newspaper, and these are some of the stories making waves this morning. We have PDP crisis. Oshomole scenario looms as court hurts IU's leadership, and the writer says he has lost membership through suspension. Suspension letter, signature forge. World Exco. Only PDP neck can suspend me, says embattled share. Uh, the battle has just begun. Wiki, all these stories can be found on page 6 of the paper. We have another story here that say Iwon Yanwu recount says I never called PDP political rascals. That story, of course, is on page 15 of the paper. And then we have another story here on page 7 that say ISWAP commander Abu Mohammed executes deputy. Troop kills 10 terrorists in Kanuri near Burutai. That story is on page 5 of the paper. Protesters to Obi Atiku, there won't be interim government. That story also is on page 5 of the Blueprint newspaper. And then we have another story here also that says Adamawa Binani petitions INEC urges review over elections results. Um, PDP raises alarm, accuses APC of plot to manipulate results. Adamawa KB rerun holds on April 15. That story, or this story, of course, can be seen on page 6 of the paper. We also have a story here that says Senate presidency, I'm ready to sacrifice for religious balancing. Musa on page 9 of the Blueprint newspaper. Waste to wealth, RMRODC using sodium silicates to save 20 billion naira annually. That story is on page 21 of the paper. We also have another story here that says CBN increases loans to federal government by 3.77 trillion naira in 2 months. That story is on page 23 of the paper. And then we have another story here also that say kidnappers demand 500 million for adopted INEC officials in Kogi State. That story is on page 9 of the paper. Now these are some of the stories making waves this morning, and as the caption rightly said, PDP crisis, Oshomole scenario looms, because this is something we've seen with the APC party before in the past, and it's the same thing that is playing out now in PDP. Like we really do hope that they put their house in order. And then we have another story here: kidnappers demand 15 million. I really feel for these officials. Like I feel for them. Like I always say, when you're on your own, I'm not saying that getting hurt is good for anybody. Nobody deserves that. But when you're on your own and something happens, you don't tend to feel it that way. But when you work for a country as a federal government staff, and then something like this happen, you can imagine what they're going through where they are. And I just really do hope that the government will do something about their release. What am I even saying? We had issues of students, schoolgirls, little children, and they were there for years. These are adults. We really do hope that the government will do something as a matter of urgency to
I said something yesterday that after this release of cash now, more of kidnappings, more of criminal cases are now happening. It feels like during the scarcity of cash, they all went into hiding, waiting for the money to just pop up so they can come up with whatever they have in mind. But then I hope the government will work towards it. Their demand is really high.
It's really high. We'll move quickly also this morning to News Direct. These are some of the stories making waves this morning. We have PDP Tomo, IU rephraser, fight suffers back, setback. And then we have another story here that says, as court bars him from chairmanship position, IU can't preside over us. I will put more heat Wike. And then we have refusal to step aside. Refusal to step aside leads to legal battle. Party stalwarts. This is coming from the leaders now. My removal effect in futility. World has no power to suspend me. This is coming from IU. All these stories, of course, can be seen on page 2 of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper this morning. We also have stories here that say NCC renews commitment to industries, collaboration, inclusiveness. That story is on page 2 of the paper. Investors in Nigeria hardly make profits due to hike in MPRO inflation rates. Experts. Defense ministers mourns former chief of general staff, late General Oladipo Dia. That story is on page 4 of the paper. And then we have another story here that says NLNG starts another round of commissioning of university teaching hospital projects in 4 states. Bauchi State, the red 7,806 cases of tuberculosis detects. Wow, this is on the high side. We really do hope that they are kept, they are prioritized somewhere and
We hope so.
have the necessary medical treatment before they start infecting others. These are all the stories we have this morning from the New Telegraph.
And so, from this day newspaper, the major news this morning is IU. Only PDP neck can suspend me. Those Golden War ESCO are ignorant. And then the writer says, Wike supports suspension, says chairman should have left. Courts restrain party's national chairman from parading himself as one. And then we also have Boris Johnson to Nigerian leaders, allow people to freely choose those to lead them.
That's
And
right.
then the writer here says, stop undermining the country. Sanwo-Olu caution Nigerians. Well, I read this morning. I was like, it's only in Nigeria where you're telling a leader that don't lead us, and it was like, I must lead. You understand? You don't have a choice. I must lead you. I must lead you. Especially this just concluded election. I feel like the hope of so many Nigerians were dashed.
That's right. But what do? We move regardless. But at least this election we just had ushered in a new era where we now saw that things are actually possible. Nothing is impossible in Nigeria, and that's a very good one.
We hope so. NNPC releases additional 418 liters of petrol in 7 days. You find that on the page 5 of the newspaper. NLC leadership meets to decide on nationwide protests today. You find that on page 27 of the newspaper. ICC accepts petition against Onanuga others over alleged incitement. And then the writer says acknowledgement means nothing yet. And then finally we say I think that's all we have on this day newspaper.
Yes, we've been reviewing the news, the Nigerian dailies, and we have seen a lot of quite interesting headlines this morning, ranging from the PDP crisis to a lot of other issues, the upcoming census as well. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be coming back with a guest to discuss some of these issues, and don't go anywhere, stay with us.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best of Nigeria from the rest.
Viewers, this is Wake Up Nigeria. We've been discussing the newspaper headlines, and then before that break, I promised to come back with a guest. I have with me already online with us this morning, Mr. Billy Egbe. Are you there?
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Princess KESSY. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
Yes, I have with me here online Mr. Billy Egbe. He's the media assistant to the Delta State Governor Okowa. So how is Delta State today, sir? How is the Sabah today? You're in the Sabah, right?
Yes, I am.
How is the state today?
Delta is cool, but it's fine.
Hope there is no tension anywhere.
No, there's no tension.
Okay, quickly, before I start, let's say congratulations to the PDP there, family there in Delta State. But a quick one, Mr. Billy. We have, I know there are grift party as we speak right now. And then also we know that tomorrow the governor-elect will be receiving the certificate of return. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay, now, and then we have, I am not saying the PDP shouldn't be happy or jubilate, but don't you think, of course, we know that the tribunal is something that is peculiar with elections. When there are elections, there must be court cases as well. Don't you think it's too early to jubilate when we have a lot of aggrieved people in the states? What do you think?
See, too early to jubilate and aggrieved people in the state. I'm trying to understand the relationship between the aggrieved people.
Yes, because we know that at the tribunal, anything can happen.
Well, the purpose of the tribunal is to look at the complaints of, all the parties involved in the election. And for me, the election was not conducted by Okowa or the PDP in Delta State. The election was conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. The election was conducted to an extent, by the APC-led federal government, even though the INEC is independent, but it is under the control of the APC-led federal government. So, if an election conducted by an APC-led federal government, even an election conducted by an APC-led federal government, PDP was able to coast to victory with 21 out of 25 local government areas, then for me, there is nothing to be scared of.
Okay.
And the tribunal whatever level the opposition wants to go to, there is absolutely nothing to be scared of.
Okay. But on a second, I know then during the election, I was supposed to have brought you into this show like some weeks back because we had issues of, we had a lot of stories on the news ranging from rigging, from toggeries and all that over there in Delta States.
Yes.
And I still had, then we had a show that very day, that Saturday. We had people that called in live on the show that complained of intimidation, of not a lot of people were not allowed to exercise their rights on that very day. And based on this, what would you have to say? I know I'm not trying to move us back, but like I said, I have been meaning to have you on the show before now. And then we know that the PDP has emerged. We already know that. But we also know that a lot of people were disenfranchised from voting that day. Am I correct?
That's not entirely how the word no is that sounds too sure. You can't be too sure.
Yes, because like I said, I had people that called in that day.
This elections come with a whole lot of biases. Do you understand? Elections
Of course, I understand that.
biases. People will only push out the narratives that favor them and their political affiliations. Like for me, if you ask me about the election, I'll tell you categorically that it was free and fair. Judging by how it went in my own unit. And in my own work.
And you think, and you, yes.
The APC won high local government. The APC won high local government. So if the election was not free and fair in a state controlled by the PDP, the election wasn't free and fair. If there were reports of robbery and all that,
intimidations and all that, yes.
That violence and all of that. I'm sure that INEC is in the best position to give a report on that. The INEC and the police and other security agencies.
Anyway, we get to see more of that during the tribunal. Some of these cases we have pending. And of course, Mr. Billy, I also know that I know that you're a staunch PTP member, and then we have on the headlines this morning a lot of issues ranging from the G5 governor, the suspension of IU, PDP crisis deepens. Now, what's your take on this? Because I feel this is not something that the youth, the younger ones in the party want to be seeing or expected to have been seeing today. So what's your take? Like all the major headlines today, since like for days now, yes, of IU.
The issue of the suspension of IU is a matter that is on another level. And, judging by my own level in the system, there are some issues that I really don't like to get involved in because those are issues that have been handled at the upper echelon of the party. And it's already a matter before the court of competent jurisdiction. And it will be subjudice for me to share any opinion on those matters, especially when my superiors have not shared their opinions on that matter.
All right, so we have Oberewori Sheriff as the governor elect sheriff, as the governor elect of the state. Now, what are the state people, what are the indigents supposed to be expecting from this man?
Well, right now we are in a state of jubilation. That is the fact. Sheriff Oberewori emerging as governor-elect. Delta is in a state of jubilation. And now people can be rest assured that an Oberewori administration will bring about the most needed change in Delta State. Because it is one administration that will be youth friendly. It's a deviation from like one of our campaign team was, we adopted that strategy of, we made it clear to our people that an Oberewori administration is a fight between the 1999 sets that led Delta State into this mess we are trying to come out from versus the youth of Delta State. And our young people in the state, they keyed into that. And they elected him, killed behind the Oberewori, and they elected massive. And you can be rest assured that His Excellency in waiting Right Honorable Sheriff of Oregon will not take that for granted. He has given us his words. He has promised to do more for our people. Human capital development, there will be more of that. Infrastructural development, there will be more of that. Every sector of our economy will feel the impact of the Borewori administration, and that is an assurance.
Okay. And how do you think that the people of the states we will come and a lot of people just think governance is for the government alone. But in my opinion, if you ask me as a journalist, I think that in a situation where a state is involved, not more than not a one is the state is not in one man's business. So all hands must have to be on decks. Now, what do you think the people can do to move the state forward as helping the governor also to build a better state?
Yes, I think what our people can do, especially in Delta. Now, this is a national issue. It's not peculiar to Delta.
I'm talking about the states now. Yes, sir.
But I'll read this to Delta.
Okay.
Our people need to be more united. Our people need to be more focused. Our people need to be more decisive. Our people need to be more patriotic. It's one of the challenges we have in Delta is tribalism. Our people need to jettison all of those sentiments and understand that whether the governor is from Delta Central, whether it's from Delta North, whether it's from Delta South, whether it's Robo, whether it's in Nyoma, whether it's in Ka, whether it's in Male, whether it's in Shakiri, whether it's in Joe, our people need to understand that without unity, cannot move forward as a people. So this governorship position has shifted to Delta Central.
Mm-hmm.
And from other part, we want their okay. We want their support. We want them to understand that this is not just that quote Roboton. No. We want them to understand that Sheriff Oborevori is moving beyond those sentiments. He's a pan-Delta governor. So in the light of that, people should try, to support him in every way they can, especially with prayers. Because without God, without prayers, we cannot move forward. In America, when the average American man wakes up in the morning, the first thing he says is God bless America. And you see the impact of these little prayers, these little things they do, these little things they say. You see the impact in their everyday lives, in the economy, the social life, political life. You see the impact in everything. So people should also adopt that model of praying for their leaders, supporting their leaders to grow, because the people are actually the leaders. The government we're talking about is just what percentage of the people are involved in the government. A very microscopic figure. The vast majority of the people are the receiving end of whatever decision that people in the government make. So we need their prayers, we need their support. That is all I can say for now.
I really am happy also that you said that it's going to be a governance of inclusiveness. A lot of people also, you said, will be carried along, and so we hold you by your words. We really do hope that at the end of the day, things will turn out right, not just for a particular people in the state, but the majority of the people as well. I've been talking with Billy Egbe, SSA, so the governor of Delta State on media. Thank you so much, sir, for being on the show with us this morning. Who knows, maybe just congratulations once again. Maybe after tomorrow, just maybe we'll bring you back on the show after you must have received your certificate of return. Congrats, and do have a very nice day, sir. Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, we've been on the phone with Billy Egbe. He's SSA to Kowa, Delta State Governor on media. It has been fun this morning doing
That's
this.
really been fun.
I really do hope, like you said, that the governor, that is one thing I know for sure, that the man is youth friendly. I don't know for whatever reason.
Yes,
Sheriff of Borobori, a lot of people just love him. The market women,
it's
the
a
people.
person. Sure.
I don't know. He's on the street and everybody's jubilating and dancing
He comes
with him
down to the
to their
grassroots
level.
to
Yes.
play with them. It's not.
So it's really a good one. We really do hope that the people there will be happy at the long run. And then we also do hope that NLC will not be pressured into backing down
I
from
hope
that
so.
particular protest, because I really want them to shake the country a little.
We
By
need
so
it.
doing, these people will sit up, because they keep telling us there is cash, we are dispersing,
Yes,
and
we're
then we
not
can't see
seeing.
cash anywhere. People are still stranded, and we hope also that the PDP will put their houses in order. It's been nice doing this with you this morning, Patience.
It's really been nice. Just before you round up the show, I'll say to people out there, live in unity, and most especially, learn to control your anger. Your anger, whatsoever you're going through, whoever is pushing you, learn to be quiet and just walk away. It's do you a whole lot of good.
And that's the very correct, a nice place to wrap up the show today. But just before we go, don't forget our Nigerian Week London is fast approaching. Book a stand, book a ticket. Don't be left out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of people already coming in, a lot of ministries, agency. Our starters already queuing in, so don't be left out. We're going to have colorful culture displayed in London. We're going to have the food, the music, the film, and of course the business opportunity. That is something you don't want to miss at all.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
I'm telling you, so it's going to be fun galore.
Really
But
gonna be
Misha, I'm more
fun.
interested in the food anyway.
I'm more
I
interested
see.
in
So
the
let's
dance and
look at
culture.
yes, okay. That's it
Seriously.
for me. I look forward to the food. The food part of it, and then the film also. A lot of celebrities will be there. We have a lot of superstars already coming in, so don't be left out. Once you hear this trend, just book a stand. Who knows? This is a way of showcasing you to the world. You're going to go global, so it's something I think everybody should really
Just
kick
come.
into. And of course, our face of SROTV, all my beautiful, very beautiful ladies, where are you? This is the opportunity you have been waiting for. Just a little money. The registration is online. All you have to do is send in your age, your picture, and your location, your state of origin. That's all you need to do to be part of it. Who knows, you might just be the one wearing the crown. Anyway, thank you so much, Patient, for being part of the show
Thank
this
you
morning.
very much.
And just before I go, while you're out there, stay safe and be at large. Of course, always remember that peace is priceless. So let's give peace a chance. To have a nice day. We do this again tomorrow. Bye.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15th to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best